kickoff fast approaching for another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers. Tirico and Greg Olsen, glad you were with us, and Daniel Carlson here to get things started. Off we go from Mexico City. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time, led out by the last pick of the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
We had a chance to see him out on the field early in pregame, and I thought he looked really sharp. I thought he looked focused. We had a chance to talk to him earlier in the week, and he's excited for this opportunity today. He thinks he's got a chance to lead this offense and have a lot of success, and ultimately the #1 goal is to come out with a victory.
He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Big J.J. Pajees in there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 7. Again, it's McCaffrey. He'll manage to get to the 33. And Landon Roberts in there on the tackle.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd down, they need 5. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. He's got his man, completes a Pearson. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, 49ers.
And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
McCaffrey now on 1st and 10. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. Here's 3rd and 2. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
To throw on 1st down is Purdy. To the middle of the field, he's got Evans.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 4. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Get set, get set. Third and short. Here's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return is Dylan Laube, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by the man from Purdue, their quarterback, Aiden O'Connell.
I think when you break down this game, Mike, I think it's really quite simple. I think it really comes down to the age-old, hey, be balanced on offense. Can their passing attack and rushing attack complement each other? Because what that does is it makes the defense defend the entire field. And then the #1 goal of every team, every week in the NFL, no self-inflicted negatives. That's tackles for loss, sacks, and then, of course, the most important one, don't turn the ball over.
He'll push forward for about a yard. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down.
28-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's
Third and 9. From the gun, it's O'Connell. Going up top. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And it's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To throw, Purdy. Short one there, caught by Kittle. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got stolen.
And he will go all the way. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown, 49. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense are now ready to get going. On their second possession, they'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. start on the ground with Genchi. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
D. Rangers on the stop. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 30-yard line.
They go play action. It's O'Connell. A throw right side. Take it in by Tucker.
Trey Tucker.
They get 10 yards on the hook up there. Good for a Raider first down. On the handoff, this is Jensen. And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones
In trouble, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Out of the shotgun, O'Connell. That's into the hands of Tucker. He's got it. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 22 yards.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. The Niners have the early advantage. Back with more from Mexico City and the International Series after this. Quarter 2 begins. It is Raider football as they've got it with first and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's O'Connell. Short throw that pulled in by Mayer. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From the 34-yard line. Here's second and 6. They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. Here's a handoff to Genchi. And he moves down to the 25. That's good enough for a first down.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. Here's Genchi. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play. You can't fault the quarterback on this one. Like, he really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's third and 8. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
On fourth down, on comes Daniel Carlson for the Raiders field goal. Officially a 29-yard attempt. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders are on the board. It's now 10-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Here's Sky Moore now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. They had that field goal in the opening drive, a touchdown last time they had it. 2 drives, 2 scores, and here's drive 3. A first down throw for Purdy. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans.
Second and 10.
And that will lead to a second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
The second down throw is incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. This throw left side, caught by Kittle. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, 49ers.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
On the counter, it's McCaffrey. He'll be brought down just shy of midfield. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's closing in at 100 yards already.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's first and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
4 yards.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the mark. Another first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
They'll go play action with Purdy. Trying to push the ball down the field. It's an interception. Picked off by Jeremy Chinn. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
O'Connell going to throw on first and 10. That one caught by Tucker. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
A gain of 14. First down, Raiders.
Here we go, Shaq.
They run out of the gun with Denzi. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Vegas.
13 yards. And a Raider first down.
Let's go now. 60 bucks.
Once again, it's Genty. Gets to the edge at the 30. And he will get into the end zone. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Raiders.
And that's one of the best elements of this run game is just how explosive they can be. And it has felt like they've been on the verge of breaking one a few times here, Mike, and then they finally make it happen here. Catch the end zone, first time today.
Daniel Carlson.
All
the
level
kickoff for
at
the
10
Raiders.
as this one's kicked off. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10.
Get set.
Off the play fake, Purdy. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
3-yard line.
Play action. Here's Purdy. There's Evans. He's got it. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First down.
2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. Greg and I will be right back after this. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Get set. 18. What's up?
From the gun, it's Purdy. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. When that last possession results in the pick, you'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. And instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
His second catch of the drive, this one good for 15 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing again is Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle on the right side. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
Outside. 21.
On play action, here's Purdy. He'll get it into the hands of Kittle. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Purdy gonna put it up again. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
12 yards.
They get 12 yards on that pass. It's good for a Niners first
and 10
down.
at the 15-yard line.
Again in the air for Purdy. Throw, left side, complete to Pearson. And he will score! Ricky Pearson, touchdown San Francisco.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now Pinheiro to add on the extra point. And maybe a wrench thrown in the operation there. Snap wasn't great. Kick is pulled. It is no Good.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. To return it, here's Raheem Mostert. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They're trying to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll begin with a zone read. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock. Throwing on 2nd down. O'Connell was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
O'Connell to throw. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard
Now timeout
line.
Vegas. That is their 2nd.
First down.
And they stop it with
Las
19
Vegas.
seconds to go in this opening half. On 1st and 10, here's O'Connell. He's going to take a shot down the field. And this will be incomplete. Trey Tucker, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's O'Connell. Again, working deep downfield. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down. From the pistol, it's O'Connell. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. So the two teams head for their respective locker rooms. We head to Orlando. Scott Hansen has our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the 2nd half. It's about to get underway.
Set to kick off.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Mostert now to return. Wow, they are hitting now. It's been a tight game. He takes a big shot there on that return. The Raiders offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They go play action. It's O'Connell. That's blocking. Downfield, he's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big one there to start the 2nd half. 33 yards.
First down.
They'll run with Genty. Gets to the edge at the 30. And he will finally be brought down at the Niners' 8-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 35 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's first and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
He'll step up and run.
Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn into a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up third down.
Out of the shotgun, O'Connell. Forced out wide. Good blocking, and he's in. Aiden O'Connell. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Now Carlson to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Raiders have taken the lead by a point here in the third.
49ers 16.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. From the 6, here comes the return. And they'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
The Niners take over
49ers offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Get set. Stop.
On the bootleg, it's Purdy. A throw on the move is caught. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
It's second and
The main goal for these quarterbacks when they're facing zone defense, Mike, is to identify the soft spots quickly. You need your guys to get open and stay open all before that defense has a chance to get home with their rush. They want to tie the coverage in with the rush unit. Like you see here, when you can get good protection and your receivers can get open and find those open spots, you deliver the ball on time. There's a lot of room to operate. Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
He'll go back to McCaffrey on first down, and he'll get about 5.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, it's second and 3.
And 4.
Outside. 18. Catch.
They'll roll out here with Purdy. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He's still on his feet, and he's in. George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Purdy and the 49ers will try to get 2 more.
The 49ers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and he will go down. Doesn't even get a throw on. The try for 2 is unsuccessful.
I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
Mostert now to return. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense and Ashton Jeanty heading back out onto the field here. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On the ground, it's Jeanty to start the drive. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Lockett headed in motion. A 2nd down throw for O'Connell. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
For Ashton Jeanty.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Raiders send their punt team out as he's standing right around his own goal line. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
1st and 10.
So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going.
Get set. Get set. 18. Watch out. Stop.
They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. It was Charles Snowden this time on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
18.
Throwing from the gun is Purdy. That one's incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And 7.
Get set. Get set. 18. Stop.
Out of the gun, it's Purdy. This throw left side, caught by Kittle. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? On 4th down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Back deep, it's Trey Tucker. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll do so with 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. They'll run it straight ahead now with Jeanty. He's going to be marked down up around the 33. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They'll go again with Jeanty. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Monday Night Primetime continues after this. From the 35, here's 2nd and 8. Now O'Connell in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Nick Bosa in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Here's O'Connell. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
The 49ers offense ready to take over once more. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down.
Get set.
Off the bootleg, it's Purdy. Off balance throw, it's complete. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
17 yards.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
1st and 10.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice.
And the throw left sideline caught. They rule incomplete. Couldn't keep the feet in. And it's 2nd down.
Get set. Watch out.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
That's caught. It's Evans. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
They get 22 yards there. 1st down, 49ers.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Get set.
Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the 1st down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 4.
Outside. 18. Start.
They run once more with McCaffrey. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1.
Get set. 18. Watch out.
They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
Throwing on 1st down is Purdy. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. George Kittle. Touchdown, San Francisco. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Pinheiro on for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Raiders 17. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Bobby now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. To throw is O'Connell. He'll step up and run this. And he'll slide to a halt after picking up about 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 4. He'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
And that is incomplete. Trying to get it out to Ashton Jeanty that time. And it's going to be 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Open man, that's Dante Fortin. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the 1st down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle him short of the chains. Force the turnover on downs.
Now it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. 1st down, 49ers.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
To throw, it's Purdy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
On 2nd down, it's McCaffrey. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
3rd down and 9. Outside. Watch out. To throw, Purdy. And Incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Piñeiro had the field goal a moment ago. Now he's back out to kick it away. Laube now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Raiders offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Oh, here's down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. It's 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10.
1st down, Raiders.
On the ground, it's empty. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
In motion, that's Thornton.
At the 30.
On 2nd down, O'Connell. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. A big play in the game now. 3rd down and 1. O'Connell to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down.
And the Raiders 1st down.
They'll drop to throw. That's complete to Lockett outright. And he will score. Tyler Lockett. Touchdown, Vegas. And now it's a 9-point game, so they'll go for just 1 here. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game.
24.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And this game not quite in hand yet. Still, all 3 timeouts left for the defense, so they can't just kneel this one out. But 1 1st down will essentially end the game.
Get set, get set. Watch out. Stop.
The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Again, it's McCaffrey. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Now timeout, Vegas. That is their second. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. Now Purdy. That's to the right side. Taken in by Evans. It'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And this will not be a strike. He faked it. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Take a look at his receiving numbers. So he has been terrific. Over 100 yards in this one. Here's 2nd and 2.
Get set.
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts to get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. To the right side, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Purdy down to a knee. That should be the final snap of this game. So a win here for the 49ers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. Good night, everybody.